Pat Med KPC, yeah. Pat Med KPC, yeah.
We welcome you live on Halloween night to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Here at the rinks in Hauppauge. Two teams come in, but only one can leave victorious. Welcome in Ryan Brannigan, the ghost of, along with the ghost of Rowan Laddick, and gory Gabe Curry doing our live stats. A varsity level matchup to close this Halloween night between KPC and Pat Med. For Pat Med, it's been a nightmare of a start to the season, 0-6. Specifically in the goal scoring department, as they have only mustered up 7 goals in the first 6 games. They dropped their opening night matchup to Smithtown Hauppauge 9-1, a 6-0 shutout loss to St. A's, 10-2 loss to Northport Huntington, 4-0 shutout loss to EI, a rather close 3-goal loss to Ward Melville, and Sachem, after being stoned by current starting goaltender for Pat Med here tonight, Gabriel Aguirres, in the first period, ran away with it in the second and third to a 12-2 victory in their last game out. That back on October 22nd. Other side of the ice, KPC, they got schmacked by Sachem 11-3 to open the season. They then took out the frustration and anger of that defeat on their next 3 opponents, them being West Islip, Middle Country, and Connecticut Sayville, beating those 3 teams by scores of 8-0, 8-2, and 9-1. However, the pent-up anger from the opening night loss to Sachem ran out with a 4-0 loss to Smithtown Hauppauge and a very tightly contested game against St. A's, in which the Friars escaped narrowly with a 4-3 victory. So 3-3 are the KPC Knights up against here the Pat Med Raiders. As we jump to look at some key players heading into the night's matchup. Leading the way in terms of scoring for KPC is Max Lazinski. The defenseman has 5 goals and 5 assists for 10 points in his opening 6 games. 7 points for Haberman. So the other defenseman, lead defenseman for KPC, part of the top 4, which includes Jacobs and Delio. Delio 3 goals in 5 games played. Jacobs 2 goals and 2 assists in his 5 games played. And Haberman, as I mentioned, 7 points, 2 goals, 5 assists. Leading the forward group, Jackson Ciafrone with 3 goals, 3 assists in 6 games. He's point a game, as is Connor Coco, the captain, with a goal and 5 assists. On the Pat Med side of things, and as I mentioned, just 7 goals in their opening 6 games played, but leading the way, at least, is 3 players in terms of goals. It's Gabe Vignato, Jack Fauci, and Charles Beaudry, each with 2. Jake Ranieri, in 5 games played, has a goal and an assist. So obviously, again, goal scoring's been the issue. With Sandbickler between the pipes and Aguirres, who again, despite an onslaught from Sachem, made miraculous save after miraculous save. They're going to need him to bring that form into tonight, up against a formidable KPC foe. There's 15 minutes up on the board for this first period. It's a pretty complete roster for KPC. We did not see that in our prior matchup, which West Islip and Longwood combined for 11 players each, not including goaltenders. KPC alone have 10. Good enough to roll 2 lines. Pat Med have 9 skaters for this matchup. They're just shy of rolling 2 lines. Again, it'll be a Aguirre in between the pipes for Pat Med, and on the other side of the ice, off to a great start as well, is KPC's Jackson Murray. As we're set to begin first period action, we're underway between Pat Med and KPC. Here's Mealy. Mealy trying to dangle around Samulik. Stick to the corner by Aguirre. Backhanded into the neutral zone. Ciafrone for Mealy. Mealy, it's in his skates. Delgado tries to take it back. Instead, it's Argilla for Kovacs. Kovacs to Coco. Pass across, intercepted. Now a potential break for Jacobson, but hustling back to get on it was Connor Coco. 50 seconds gone by in the first period. No score yet. Ciafrone. Over the line onside for Mealy. Mealy dropping it for Kovacs. A shot wide. Ciafrone. Good pass. Finds Abrams. Abrams doesn't take the shot. Instead, elects to get back to Mealy. Abrams in the near corner. For Mealy, could not hold in. Puck sneaks by his stick. Now Ebley gives it up to Doherty. Doherty. Shot off the stick of Ebley. He'll try to chase it down. KPC come away with it. Hoingman. For Abrams. Try to return it. Blocked. Right on the stick of Porzamato. Shot save. Rebound save made by Aguirre. And it's banked out of the zone. And a couple of early good saves made by the Pat Med netminder, Gabriel Aguirre. And played last season, I believe, on the freshman team, West Islip. Orzumato had it knocked away from him. Here's Honigman. Watched by Diaguardo. Honigman to Brown. Check from behind by Delgado. Samulik spears one ahead through the legs of Jacobson. No icing. Honigman and Delgado battle in the far corner. Now Ebley will pick it up along the near side. Clearing attempt blocked by Delgado. A second effort attempt. Knocked down in the neutral zone by Jacobson. Here's Coco. Nasta watching him offside, says the linesman. And so we get a stoppage with 12:24 left in period number 1 on Halloween night. It's a chilly one here in the rinks. A windy one outside of the rinks. But better than what was expected, which was rain. Rain on Halloween is just... It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that you decide to throw pickles on for some reason. You know, it really kind of ruins everything. Argilla for Mealy. That one off the skate. Wow, of Bruinsma, and a great reflex with the glove of Aguirre there. Making the stop, Argilla. Coco trying to go up top. Good read by Diaguardo, and he clears it, at least momentarily. He'll go for a quick change. Coco back in with it. Nice move, Coco. Coco, however, runs into the stick of Bruinsma, the former Sachem JV defenseman, making the defensive play there. Kovacs Down low. Back out in front. Coco, he scores. Tic-tac-toe, Coco. 1-0 KPC. And it doesn't get much more prettier than this. There's the tick. Here's the tack. And there's the toe. And no chance for Aguirre. 1-0 KPC Knights. Coco from Argilla and Kovacs. And for Connor Coco, his second of the season, 7th point. KPC looking for more. Honigman spins away from the incoming check of, that is number 14 of Pat Med, Leiter Montenegro. Clearing attempt, not out. Abrams will bank one down low, hoping for Brown. Brown's pointward pass taken away by Leiter Montenegro. Brunsma stepping up on it. He'll track back to it. Banks one around. Out of the reach of Doherty. Taken by Ebley. Ebley's pass deflected in. Unfortunate bounce. Benefits Ebley and KPC. Take another look at it. They double the lead, 2-0. And there it goes right off the stick of Samulik and into the back of the net. Tough one there for Aguirre. We saw him make a great save on a deflected shot prior to that one. Not this time. Brady Ebley scores his second goal of the season. It's his second point as well. And it gives KPC an early 2-0 edge over the Pat Med Raiders. Again, their main issue this season has been goal scoring. Here's Montenegro for Jacobson. Couldn't get all that shot, but a good opportunity created by Leiter Montenegro. Ciafrone finds the open Brown. Brown into the zone. Hounded by a number of Raiders, but they come away with it, and Brown's shot goes high over the blocker of Aguirre. Borzumato now with it in the high slot. Blocker save made Aguirre. Borzumato wraps it around. Samulik hustles to it. Mealy pinches in from the blue line. Back for Brown. Brown centering pass off the skates of Samulik. Pops right back out. Save, rebound wide. To the blue line, Mealy. Could not get away from Delgado. Here comes Jacobson. Does he have enough speed? Jacobson couldn't quite get away from Ciafrone, who was quick to get on the back check on that one. Thwarting an otherwise great opportunity for Jacobson. Intercepted. Delgado rang it off the pipe. Huge opportunity for Pat Med to get within one. It goes off iron. Ebley with Argilla towing the line. He jumped ever so slightly offside. And it stops the clock with 8:29 left in this first period. Had that Delgado shot go in, it would have been his first of the season. For Michael Delgado. Honigman at the left point. A bouncing shot is sticked away by Aguirre. Coco wrister scores. And man, did he put some zip on that one. A laser beam past the glove of Aguirre into the corner. One more time. He's going to pick it up in the far corner, work his way to the front of the net pretty much unimpeded. You see the flex of the stick there, too. And as a defensive group, you just simply can't allow something like that to occur. 3-0 KPC. A chance for Pat Men to respond. They cannot. Here's Coco the other way. Coco goes hard into the back wall. Gets right back up. That's good to see. Oftentimes, those are the most dangerous plays. You just crash awkwardly into the boards. Argilla. Backhand, forehand. Argilla glove save Aguirre in flashy fashion. He missed his last glove save attempt. He wouldn't miss that one. Face off to the left of Aguirre. Eventually controlled by Brunsma. He'll backhand it to Samulik. Samulik near corner, cross ice pass intercepted by Brown. And Brown's shot is smothered by Aguirre. No rebound. On the good chance there for Nick Brown. Face off to the right of Aguirre. Won by KPC. Comes in tight. Back door. And shielded away from the front of the net. It was Abrams. Ciafrona drive and a blocker save made by Gabriel Aguirre. KPC take it away. Borzumato off the side of the net. And Montenegro gonna get it to Delgado, cut off by Borzumato, puts one out in front, it's available, and they score. And Nicholas Brown found the loose change out in front and buries it past Aguirre, who, again, not sure what he could have done there. It's 4-0 KPC early in the game, just over midway through the first period. And watch Brown, he's searching there, he's got it, and scores one of the easier goals he'll score this year. With the goalie down and out, searching for the loose puck. So for Connor Coco, he's got that is second, and now with the goal there, Brown has his third of the season. Coco had 2 goals this game, so he's up to 4 goals on the year. Pardon, 3 goals on the year. Oh, we're all squared away now, aren't we? KPC had iced the puck, so they'll drop it to the left of Jackson Murray. He hasn't been awfully busy thus far. He'll make a right toe save there off the point shot originating from Brunsma. And another icing for KPC here. Going to mention the struggle to produce offense for Pat Med, but they're also without all 4 of their leading scorers this year: Vignato, Ranieri, Fauci, and Beaudry. So you're a team struggling to score. It's not exactly the most ideal situation to now be without your top leading goal scorers. Here's Ebley cruising on in, slid it just wide. Again, Ebley had that goal earlier in the period that really has got to thank the defender, deflected it past the goaltender for. That time was trying to earn that goal fair and square and just slid it wide. 5:47 left here in the first period. It's been all KPC. Face-off win. Got to work it back to the one-time shot from Delio. Right pad save made of Gears. Jacobson can't deflect it past Ciafrone, who walks. Ciafrone to the front of the net. Had his stick lifted by Jacobson. And Bruinsma will settle it down, chip it by Abrams. Doherty will pick it up, tries to return it. It does eventually find its way onto the stick of Montenegro, but he lost it to Delio. Good play, though, by Jacobson. Here's Ciafrone taken back for KPC. Ciafrone getting around Montenegro. Now Delio into the Pat Med end of the ice. A little bank pass to himself. Still it is with Delio. Delio to the front. Take a good read by Doherty. Here comes Doherty. Had it poked from behind by Ciafrone. And Doherty just needed an extra step of speed to create enough separation away from Ciafrone there. Meanwhile, Abrams trying to get around Samulik. He cannot do so. Samulik spears it around, hustling after it in Montenegro. Delio will step in front. Loose puck available for Borzumato to take up ice. Borzumato drags, fires, deflects up into the netting, out of play. With 4:20 remaining here in the first period. I feel like now's a good time to remind all of you on this Halloween night. Be sure to check us out on social media at LI Sports Network. If you like what you're listening to, you like what we do here at LI Sports Network, you can help us out a bunch by giving us a follow at LI Sports Network on Instagram and social media as a whole. Say Instagram specifically, that's the platform I use the most, and get updated stories live of highlights of games going on that we cover as that shot rips off the post and out of play. Taking the shot that time, it was Drew Argilla. He's got an assist in the game. Face off to the right of Aguirre. Controlled by KPC. Argilla shot turned aside by Aguirre. I believe with the mask is what that hit. Ebley. Argilla not out. That went across. Ebley. And it's finally pushed out of the zone by Pat Med. Mealy D-to-D pass connecting with Honigman. Tipped ahead by Ebley. And that's Sandbeckler getting a piece of that one. Didn't catch that, but looks like Timothy Sandbeckler is skating in this game. He is the notable goaltender for Pat Med, and notable in terms of his ability to play the puck and his aggressiveness. And he is out on the ice as part of the effort to get more offense, more forwards. Jacobson fans on the shot. I don't know how many varsity goaltenders would be able to say they had a goal in a game as well as putting up some good saves on their highlight reel. That would be something to see, wouldn't it be? Bruinsma lost it. Played across, off the post. It didn't go. That puck deflected off of Bruinsma. And Bruinsma looks like he's having a bit of a playful jab with Kovacs. So face off to the left of Aguirre. One forward by Pat Med, but the shot came from Ciafrone, and it's turned away by Aguirre. Lifted out of the zone by the Raiders. Delio back to get it. He'll circle around his net. Time and space for Delio. He'll look to take advantage Picking up speed through the neutral zone to the O-zone. Fell down, but got it to Kovacs. Kovacs to Coco. Steps around Montenegro. Coco runs into some trouble. Backhands a pass into the corner, and now looks for a return. Instead, it's behind him to see a throw in between the legs off the side of the net. Wrist shot from Kovacs, turned aside by the glove of Aguirre. Coco, KPC wheeling. All pressure turned up here in the O-zone. Coco back to Ciafrone. Wants a return pass cross ice. It never got to him. Spun down low by Kovacs. Backdoor play for Abrams. Wide open net, but nothing to show for it. No shot ever came. Dangling it with it here, Coco. Brunsma checks him into the boards. Up the far wall, Jacobson can't clear. Abrams, as Ciafrone goes for a change. Here's Coco. Looking over his options, under a minute to play here, first period. Rips the shot, a glove save made by Aguirre. Brunsma fired past Delio and finally out of the zone for Pat Med. Now can they get it into the offensive zone to get a change? Not just yet. Montenegro for Jacobson. They have numbers if they hurry. It's ahead. Montenegro, but Delio gets back to take it away. Ahead for Kovacs. Connor Kovacs lets the puck go over the line and can take in. All 5 Raiders are back, but still plenty of space to operate here for KPC as Mealy is turned aside by the blocker of Gabriel Aguirre. 8 seconds to play in the first period. Gets back to Ebley. Past his stick into the neutral zone. That'll do it for the first period, but not before KPC explode offensively, especially in the first half of that first period, with goals from Connor Coco, Brady Ebley, again from Coco, and Nick Brown. 4-0 KPC over Pat Med. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan and company will return for the second period in just a moment. Stay with us. Horn sounds, second period on its way. Tune into Suffolk County, tune into LI Sports Network on the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Second period on its way, and here it is. And it starts with a rip of a shot from Nick Brown that goes off the glass and wide. Leiter Montenegro picking it up with speed on the backhand. Now forehand and blocker save made by Murray. Second good look of the game there for Montenegro. 2-on-2 now over the blue KPC. Borzumato. Pass intercepted by Doherty. Doherty sends one down the ice. It'll be an icing against Pat Med. So we'll stop the clock. 4:15 here in this second period. KPC 3-3, Pat Med 0-6. Still looking for that first win of the season. Again, they're missing all 4 of their top scorers here tonight, are Pat Med. Trying to avoid being shut out for a 3rd time this season. Backdoor play. Coco couldn't deflect it on the backhand, and now Diaguardo carrying out now into the zone. Diaguardo shot deflected off Ciafrone and then fought off by Murray before it found its way out of play. So the face-off to the left of the KPC netminder Murray. Diaguardo to take it. Wins it back. Bruinsma pokes it along. Diaguardo trying to regain control, as is Jacobson, but Delio, hard on the stick, prevails and carries into the zone. Delio around the swiping stick of Sam Bickler and pops up. Pardon me, that's Nasta. Jacobson unable to clear. Coco back with it. Spinning away from Jacobson. Coco sauced across to the near side for Argilla. Argilla prevails. Puts one now for Honigman. On the far side, Delio calling for it. Gets it off his skate and on goal, where it's redirected behind the net by Aguirres. Argilla battling Bruinsma. And now Diaguardo prevails with the puck and sent out of the zone. Nice little play made by Miller Diaguardo. Now Sam Bickler in on the forecheck with Miller Diaguardo as the stick gets knocked out of the hands of Delio, who's looking for a call and looking for his stick. Meanwhile, play goes on in the other end of the ice. Kovacs back for Ciafrone, who walks. Ciafrone, post, wouldn't go. Another shot, kick save made by Aguirres. I don't know how he kept that one out. See if I caught it on the replay here as Coco drops it back. Ciafrone, work now on to Ebley. Around the wall, Borzumato. Coco, good fake. But nothing could come from it. And now deflected off the stick of Ebley, so no icing. Murray way out of his net to get it. Pitches it for Ciafrone. Dawns the C along with Coco. Ebley along the far wall. Gets around Samulik. Puts one out in front for Abrams. Turned away. Borzumato. Fought off by Aguirres. And Bruinsma will backhand it around to be picked up by Michael Delgado. His clearing attempt fails. Brown goes down. Played it out in front. Ciafrone now at the point. Able to kick it to his stick and kept it in somehow. Abrams hard on the puck. Takes it around. Centering pass taken away. Held in by Ebley on the far blue. And now loose puck. Delgado will just flip it ahead, hoping for Doherty. Says taken back by Brown. Now Ciafrone. 10:40 left, second period. 4-0 KPC. Ciafrone turns away, sends it behind. Argilla. Borzumato. KPC just having their way in the O-zone. Doherty. And that pass missing the sticks of Montenegro and Delgado. KPC looked to clear it ahead. Nice play, though, by Montenegro. Centers one, deflected, save made. Murray to the blue line, held in. Samulik. Good look again from the combination of Michael Delgado and Leiter Montenegro. terms of the offense for Pat Med, a takeaway. Jacobson, good lead pass, hits DiGuardo. He's got Delgado. DiGuardo trying to get it to Jacobson, the trailer. But it misfired. Now back out in front, stabbed away by Delio. Lead pass open for Coco, misses him, and that'll be an icing against the Knights of KPC. Faceoff coming back down to the right or left of Jackson Murray. That's the question here. It'll be to the right of Murray. I'll be honest, I'm a bit disappointed in the lack of costumes for the fans that have come out here to the rinks tonight, as I am dressed in an orange cone outfit representing pick your least favorite defenseman who can't play defense in the NHL. I don't want to call anyone a cone out here tonight, but off the top of my head, one Evan Bouchard comes to mind, as he got walked by JT Miller last night in overtime. Here is Coco speeding through the neutral zone into the O zone. Coco, sharp angle, scores! No angle, no problem for Connor Coco, as he squeezes this one near the ear holes of Aguirre, which is where they tell you to shoot for. As that one snuck by the Pat Med Tendy. Pat Med send in. They now trail by 5. And they would need all the goals they scored this season combined. That would be 6 to come back in it. Kovacs denied by Aguirre. On the breakaway was Kovacs. Worth another look here for Gabriel Aguirre, making the breakaway stop. Little backhand, forehand, quick shot. Does not beat the Raider Tendy. Ciafrone off a face-off win. Walks, shoots. Missed it high. Jacobson speeding to it. Rifles it across, out of the reach of DiGuardo. No icing here as Ebley gets to it. Evades DiGuardo. Pokes it by Sam Bickler. Kovacs takes the shot. Left pad save made by Aguirre. Sam Bickler will backhand out. And Timmy Sandbeckler will go for a change. Ciafrone around Jacobson. Ciafrone out in front. Off the skates of Kovacs. Kovacs stays with it. Finds Abrams on the far side. Abrams and Brunsma. Brunsma pinning Abrams to the boards. Ebley to Ciafrone. Rister looking for a deflection. Borzumato was in front. Jacobson takes it away. Speeds up the far side. Jacobson's got to hurry. It does. Takes the shot. Blocker save made Murray. Borzumato. Now the other way, KPC. Borzumato around the net. Trying to find Argillo, was on his backhand, tough to take in, and now a domino effect, and the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. The heat suddenly turned up in this game as Pat Med iced the puck. Started with a hit, delivered to Leiter Montenegro, and Montenegro went colliding into a KPC player, and then all hell broke loose on this Halloween night. Keep an eye on that moving forward. If we have any extracurriculars or retaliation. But I haven't seen too much of that for either of these two teams. thus far in the season, at least that I've seen. That pass misses. Brown will be an icing against KPC. So let's take a little peek ski at the standings. KPC currently occupying in the varsity standings 6th place at 3-3. Ward Melville's 3-4. As is Commack Sayville, they occupy 7 and 8. West Islip and Pat Med, the winless teams at 0-6 each, picking up the rear. And some familiar faces atop the varsity standings in Smithtown Hauppauge, St. A's, and Sachem. Northport Huntington in 4th place is up from where they were last year. And Northport Huntington has looked quite good this year. And they were bounced in the quarterfinals of the playoffs last year. KPC, they made it to the semis, where they met their demise at the hands of Smithtown Hauppauge in what ended up being a similar looking game to their most recent loss to the Bulls in this season, where it really just was a defensive clinic by Smithtown Hauppauge. Sharp angle shot from Mealy, denied by the post-hugging Aguirres. Out in front, deflects across, getting over to make the blocker save, Aguirres. He continues to compile quite the highlight reel of saves in between the pipes for Pat Med. Gabriel Aguirres. Argilla. Low shot goes wide. Brunsma can't quite get there first. Thrown on goal. We're toward the goal. Might have been a save. Might have went off Samuelek. That shot goes wide. Argilla letting her rip. And now banked by Ciafrone, who got a piece of it. Not enough for icing anyway. Fire sale change for Pat Med. They get all 5 players off. Period of the long change. Getting stuck in your own end like that can be challenging. Samuelek actually did not go off, so 4-5 as that deflects on goal and stopped by Aguirres. Another alert save by the Raider Tendy, who has once again put in a great performance in net for Pat Med. It's not getting goal support as another good chance, that time for Abrams, turned aside. Here is Timmy Sam Bickler. The backup goaltender for Pat Med, playing as a forward here tonight. Ebley. And Spear went ahead. Ebley again. Jacobson coming back to it. And he takes a stick or a puck up high, and he's got his glove in front of his face, hobbling his way back into the play. No call there. I'm not sure if it was like a follow through or not. Another Raider tumbles to the ice. Jacobson, seemingly healed in a matter of seconds, couldn't deke around the defender. Abrams back with it. Abrams for Ebley, deflects up high and tracks it. DDD pass Ciafrone. Ciafrone's wrister deflecting wide. Ebley. For Ciafrone, dominance for KPC in the O-zone, having their way with Pat Med. That shot eventually found its way into the glove of Aguirres, who holds on. With 3:01 left here in the middle period. Just the one goal for KPC in the second period, increasing their lead from 4-0 to 5-0. Borzumato to take the draw from Delgado, and Delgado wins it back to the line, held in by Honigman. Borzumato To Brown, steps in, another save made at Gearis. Along the near half wall, Honigman will bank it along for Nicholas Brown, who goes cross-eyes to feed. Mealy's shot, I believe that hit the side of the net. Honigman again with the keep. Borzumato. He'll wheel around. Spinning backhand pass, but unable to be gathered in by Brown. He now leaks across for Mealy to rip it wide. And Pat Med, all they can do is send it down the ice and go for a change. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying your tickets to the Gabriel Aguirre show as he tries to keep KPC from making this an embarrassing blowout. He's done that to this point. 2:05 left, second period. We saw a similar thing from Aguirre against Sachem, and then in the third period, Sachem really seemed to break through. Diaguardo trying to break through offensively. Shot off the shoulder of Murray and into the netting. So it's been this theme here tonight of dominance from KPC for long stretches, and then a good rush chance or turnover chance for Pat Med. And, you know, just to break it up every now and then, give Murray something to do. I'm not saying that KPC is doing it intentionally, of course. But anyway, here's Brown getting around Bruinsma, but offside, and sitting down looking like he's ready to hop on a sled there, Honigman. He'll get back to his 2 feet there. Phase off a neutral ice. Sandbeckler trying to chip it out of the zone. He does. Diaguardo trying to hustle after it, but Ciafrone uses his speed to step in front. Here's Bruinsma. D-to-D pass. Onside play. Diaguardo and Ciafrone come together in the near corner, and it is Ciafrone who comes away with the puck. Argilla out of the reach of Kovacs. Samulik and Kovacs together in the corner. Now Bruinsma. Jacobson settling it. Under a minute to play, second period. Nice move, Samulik. 3-on-2 over the blue here for Pat Med. Diaguardo with Sam Beckler. He left it behind him. Argilla, that pass behind Kovacs. Bruinsma trying to make a play on it. Kovacs doing his best to prevent that from happening. Sends around. Here's Ciafrone wheeling. Ciafrone still with it. Circling. Takes the shot. Didn't get all of it. It deflected and snuck through the legs of Gabriel Aguirre for goal number 6 of the evening for the Knights. A bit of a fluky one. You're going to see the shot from Ciafrone. It goes off a stick and it squeaked on through. Tough break for Aguirre and Pat Med. These things, however, are bound to happen when faced with such significant offensive onslaught. Ciafrone dangling, taking the shot off the rush. They score. As those goals happen just seconds within each other. Number 7 of the night. Ciafrone got it across, and it's put in. I believe that's Kovacs. Connor Kovacs from Ciafrone and Coco, officially that last goal after Jackson Ciafrone scored. They have it in the system as happening 9 seconds apart, but man, it felt shorter than that. as we come to a close here in the second. Pat Med trying to avoid being shut out for a third time this season. Will they score a goal in the third period? Well, we'll find out. Oh, Rowan. I just got a notification. It said disk storage almost full. Welcome back here. Halloween night. 10:44 on my clock. 15 minutes up here for the third period. 7-0 KPC as they flex their might on a shorthanded Pat Med group. Again, Pat Med trying to avoid being shut out for a third time this season. KPC control off the draw. Bear with us with the scoreboard and such, as looks like we're all squared away. Gabe to Curry hopping in on the camera. Rowan Laddick leaving her camera duties to clear up some internet, some computer storage for us so we could keep everything running smoothly. I would do it, but me and technology have a spotty relationship, to say the least. Got a thumbs up from Rowan. Gabe, though, looking like a natural on the camera, almost like he's done it before. He has. And now Gabe back in his office to the left of the broadcast booth. It's got a table and everything set up. Fit for a king, if you will. Just need some snacks. Any snacks there, Gabe? No snacks tonight on Halloween. Gabe coming on over. Is he going to run my board? Going to run my board, Gabe? He's going to run my board. What a man. What a guy. Montenegro to take the face off here. Coco on the other end and win it defensively for Ebley. Ebley fanning on a clearing attempt. Get you a guy who could do it all. A guy like Gabe to Curry. Or a guy like Timothy Sandbickler, who goes between the pipes and out as a forward in this game. Shot from Delgado, turned aside by Murray. Pat Med have had their chances. They've not been many, but they've had their chances to try to break through on Murray. They have not. And Samuelic, a little frustrated there, rushed that pass ahead. Would have been an icing. The linesman electing to say play on in the 7-0 game here in the third period. Ciafrone dicing through the defense, scores! Jackson Ciafrone worthy of another look as he gets by a couple of Raiders and beats Aguirre. Low blocker, far post. Jackson Ciafrone, his second of the game. And I missed in there that Connor Coco registered himself a hat trick in this one. 4 points on the night for Coco. That's Ciafrone's third point. 2 goals and an assist now for Ciafrone. It's 8-0. We got a running clock now. So Gabe, you really could take it easy and just get your replays in where you see fit. Maybe throw on the headset if you're feeling up to it. Gabe shakes his head. We'll get you on the mic eventually. Yeah, all right, there we go. Gabe DeCurry, noted Philadelphia sports fan. How are we feeling about the Sixers start? They lost tonight. Jacobson for Diaguardo, and Diaguardo spins down. Miller Diaguardo. Trying to get himself on the board this season. Nasta with a check delivered to Borzumato. Chipped ahead. Here's Jacobson. He'll wrap it around the wall. How about Zegras and the Flyers, huh? 3-point night the other night for Trevor Zegras. That trade looks to be benefiting the Philadelphia Flyers. Here's 2-on-1 developing. Diaguardo. Now Montenegro. Oh, fought off by the blocker of Murray. And just out of the reach of Michael Delgado on the rebound. Here is Mealy, scores. Gripped it and ripped it. Top shelf. Michael Mealy, first of the game. Getting another look here. His first of the season as he blasts it by Gabriel Aguirre. 9-0. KPC. If Justin Herbert's the social media quarterback, I feel like Zegras is the social media forward. You know what I mean. They both got the flowy hair, flashy plays, blocker save made by Murray. Mealy taps one ahead. It's Brown. Argilla wide with the shot. Good set up there by Nicholas Brown. No relation to Michael Brown, the head coach of the Knicks. Certainly no other prominent Michael Browns in my life. Mealy, fresh off his first goal of the year, getting it to Brown, turned away by Gabriel Aguirre. Seven different KPC skaters with a point tonight. Borzumato and Delio are not on the score sheet. A bit surprising given their point totals this season. And Kevin Abrams yet to register a point. Honigman's shot off of Aguirre and then off the side of the net. Connor Kovacs with a goal and assist as well. Here's Delio. Can he get on the score sheet? Now he cannot. Turned aside by Aguirre, and puck underneath him covers up. Bit of a gathering in front. And more praise from the PatMed teammates to Gabriel Aguirre as they know the score. It's 9-0, but it really could be a lot worse than that had it not been for his dynamic play in between the pipes. Diaguardo try to shove Abrams into the boards. Instead, Abrams a pass in front somehow didn't go. Gabriel Aguirres. Delio. Plenty of room and space at that near point. Got it to Coco. The return pass off the stick of Nesta and out of the zone. Delio trying to fight his way through. The stick of Jacobson was underneath him, and pardon me, that's Diaguardo, and Delio have a couple of jabs, and now Delio runs a player. We've got chaos out on the ice now. And Delio at the front of it, and now some punches are getting thrown. Oh boy, no, no, no. One of the parents are gonna get emails. Oh man. And that all started because the stick of Diaguardo was stuck in the middle, or in the midsection of Delio, and Delio knocked down Diaguardo, who is sent off the ice, as is a lot of players are sent off the ice. And I don't think that they were supposed to, because they're calling for them to come back. It was Jacobson. So Jacobson is bad. I think there's another player that can return, but I'm not sure. We'll get all of this cleaned up in a moment. And then, so as I was recapping there, and then Delio, after he knocked down Diaguardo, who had his stick in his midsection, then took a run at, I believe it was Montenegro, and it was going to be a charging penalty at the very least against Delio. And then Delio had to answer for that hit. Sandbickler and Aguirres now sharing some fist bumps at the bench. The two goaltenders for Pat Med. One in between the pipes, one with the skates on and hockey stick. Nothing has been inputted into the system. And look at this. Gabe is showing me on the phone exactly what went down. There was again the big hit. Rowan's following the play, and then then Diaguardo is gonna go. So we're stopping. It stops there, eh? Long discussion. Again, we're not going to show the fight for obvious reasons. As I mentioned, punches were thrown. Here and now we're getting, now the system's updating and we can give you some. So fighting, major penalty, and it's listed as first to intervene on Miller Diaguardo. Game misconduct, major penalty, all the works. He's already been sent off. The charging penalty, it looks like, yes, a 2-minute minor charging penalty to Delio. And it was a game misconduct charging penalty is what it's listed as for Delio. So not giving Delio a fight. Just the 10-minute misconduct, 2-minute minor charge. the running clock has continued to run as I think it's probably in most best interest to get this game now over with sooner than later, with tempers flaring and I wonder if they'll put time back on or not. I'm thinking not. Leaving the bench during altercation game misconduct to Spencer Brunsma. I did not see that one there. So he jumped over the boards and hopped into the skirmish. Rowan Laddick reporting. The remaining PatMed players all huddled by their bench. The KPC players are doing their thing over by the bench. Again, there really wasn't a lot of lead up to this. Like, it really wasn't like a hard-checking physical game, dirty plays here and there. No, not at all. It really just went from 0 to 100 in about 2 seconds. And the hockey stopped. The clock is running. Happy Halloween. Saw the TNT guys dressed up for Halloween during their broadcast as the cast from Slapshot, all the Chiefs jerseys, and well, things didn't quite get to that level here tonight, not even close. It's a little homage, if you will. There's no urgency from anyone out there, ref or player aside, as we're under a minute to go in the game. I'm laughing just because of the sheer just audacity and what is going on here? I think Jacobson's going in the box and he's going out of the box. What is going on? Delio's gone, and soon it appears his teammates will join him, and the teams will go to their respective locker rooms. That's how this one's going to end. It ends with a bang. It ended with a bang. 9-0. Third shutout suffered by PatMed. They go to 0-7. KPC go to 4-3. A weird one. Lopsided and anticlimactic end, or climactic end, depending on how you look at it. The remaining players, they'll shake hands as the line forms, and that'll do it. Between PatMed and KPC, 9-0 your final. Whole host of penalties to conclude the game on this Halloween night. Thank you so much for tuning in to LI Sports Network coverage of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. For our social media manager, cameraman, and producer, he did it all tonight, Gabe Takuri. And our camerawoman, producer, and all the not, Rowan Laddick. I'm Ryan Brannigan. Until next time, as always, have a good night.